This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. And this week's Loud and Local Band of the Week is MTR Project. It's the Loud and Local Band of the Week, MTR Project. You want to find out how you can get their music? Just go to the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com.
Really digging their sound. Shout out to Martin Reed. He's the MR, I guess, the Martin Reed of the MTR Project. And he's got some great musicians and friends part of this band. And their new record is titled Always a Way Out.
And if you love local music, you're going to love Loud and Local. It's a show on Sunday nights. It starts at 8 o'clock. 2 solid hours of great Pacific Northwest music. Bands like MTR Project. Happy Friday, everybody! Yeah. And look at that, I didn't forget Blue Friday, because apparently it's not a Blue Friday.
I was about to say.
So he the only time he remembers is when it's not.
Well, I didn't actually wear anything. I thought about it, and I was like, well, I don't need to wear anything. And then I realized
what?
Well, it's not Blue Friday, and I didn't wear anything for Blue Friday, so I'm working on that.
There's more of a celebration for it not being Blue Friday than when we had Blue Friday.
Yeah, because I didn't miss it this time.
I know. I was hoping that, I was like, watch, I was going to wear something Seahawks today on the day that really...
How about that?
It doesn't matter if you do or don't, because they're not playing this weekend.
If I would have thought about it, if I would have put in any effort, maybe that would have happened. But you know, hey.
There's no effort.
No, not really. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Chris in Seattle. Chris, are you there?
I am here, and can I give a shout-out before we start?
You know it.
What do you got?
Yesterday you played Katie, and she's my former choir teacher from junior high.
Wow! Missed connections.
Were you the high-pitched singer, the low one, baritone, or alto, or what were you in the choir?
Baritone bass.
Nice. That's the best one.
Deep voice.
All right, so nice shout out to Katie.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Was she a good teacher? Sweet.
All right.
Okay,
all right, Steve, get out of here.
Pleading the fifth.
For those playing at home, Chris will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Chris, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am.
Marvel Comics was acquired by which major media and entertainment company in 2009?
Disney.
Yes. With computers, what does the O in DOS stand for?
Operating.
Yes. Who had the 80s hit song Sexual Healing?
Oh, gosh, pass.
The first Macy's Day Parade was in what year of the mid-20s?
24, 25, 26.
24, yes. Beginning with C. What is the real first name of rapper 50 Cent?
Curtis.
Yes. Which city was the setting for the TV sitcom Happy Days?
Somewhere in the Midwest, pass.
Who played the title character in the 2007 comedy Evan Almighty?
Steve Carell.
Yes. Who had the hit song Insane in the Brain?
Cypress Hill.
Yes. Which actor was in the video with Paul Simon for You Can Call Me Al? Thor is the son of which Norse god?
Odin.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 correct.
All right. He just missed the ones that were out of his demographic, and I can't blame him for not knowing it.
Yeah. Being an older guy or being a younger guy is not going to really help with them older questions.
No, it didn't. That's for sure. He tried, but it was like he couldn't get her done.
Yeah, but Steve's back in, and now maybe we can see if Steve can get it done. Get her done. Said it wrong there. You can't say
Steve's kind of an older guy.
Oh, yeah, you are. You're kind of older.
All right, let's do it.
Are you ready?
There must be an older question in there.
Oh, there's a couple. 1 or 2.
You know it, Steve.
Marvel Comics was acquired by which major media and entertainment company
Disney.
in 2009? Yes. With computers, what does the O in DOS stand for?
Oh.
No.
Operating?
Yes. Who had the 80s hit song Sexual Healing?
Marvin Gaye.
Yes. The first Macy's Day Parade was in what year of the mid-1920s?
1925.
No.
1924.
Yes. Beginning with C. What is the real first name of rapper 50 Cent?
Curtis.
Yes. What city was the setting for the TV sitcom Happy Days?
Is that Kenosha?
No.
I know it's Kenosha, Wisconsin. Milwaukee?
Yes. Who played the title character in the 2007 comedy Evan Almighty?
Steve Carell.
Yes. Who had the hit song Insane in the Brain?
Crazy insane, got no brain. Oh, crap. Cypress Hill.
Yes. Which actor was in the video with Paul Simon for You Can Call Me Al?
Who?
Which actor was in the video with Paul
Chevy
Simon?
Chase.
Yes. Thor is the son of which Norse god?
Aquaman.
No.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
Steve, you win 9-7.
Yes.
You don't get that perfect 10 though.
Sorry about that, Chris.
Still, congrats.
It's all right. Hey, BJ, happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks for playing, man.
Chris is a nice boy.
I'm that star up in the sky. I'm that mountain.
But he didn't win, so. Well,
Those old guy questions, you know.
it was the old guy
Those
question.
are all young people questions. What are you talking about?
Oh, absolutely. Happy Days. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
100% on that one. You know, Marvin Gaye. And I'm really very glad that you got the Paul Simon, You Can Call Me Al question. I love that video.
Wow, you're talking about another old guy question.
Totally.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't even remember who the hell's in that video.
Dude, I just remember because I think it was like last year we ended up having a long conversation about that song or about that video. I can't remember why, but that came up recently.
I think
Within
it's
like the last year or so.
Yeah, and I think it's basically revolves around the fact that Chevy Chase sucks and everyone hates him.
I would imagine it has a lot to do with it.
But he was cool in that video, so...
The video was stupid.
What?
Whoa!
Are you kidding me?
I don't remember.
You just
much
insulted
of it.
the Rev's life.
It's just, it's Paul Simon and Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase is just basically doing all the lyrics while Paul Simon is pulling out the instruments as they come along in each thing. But then they do a little dance number together and they're going back and forth and it's great.
Silly, man.
It's
I don't
so
know.
silly, but it's so amazing. I've always loved that one.
What's better? Because I just saw Donny Osmond post the video he did with Weird Al Yankovic for White and Nerdy, and I think Donny Osmond's dancing in that video is much better.
Yeah, but dude,
if you haven't seen that video, it's just Donny Osmond kills it.
Yeah, White Nerdy, way better song than You Can Call Me Al.
Oh, you get out. Oh, you go home.
Not even a hot take. That's just a fact.
That's a wrong take.
That's just a fact.
Take I've
the
ever
video
heard
might be better too, Steve. Tell him that. You got to check out White Nerdy's video. I think Donny Osmond kills it better than Chevy Chase in the video.
Y'all are killing me here.
Yeah, just saying.
I'm watching this. I don't even know how you like this video, Rev.
What? Because Rev is an old man. He's becoming like an old sort of like 20s guy. Hey, he's an old guy, you see? He likes talking like a news guy.
Wow, you have like a total visceral reaction to that. It's a good video. Look at that. They're like dancing back and forth with the horns and stuff.
If anyone put out that video right now, you'd be like, this is the dumbest video of all time.
I have to say, I'm with you, Steve. White and Nerdy's better than this.
I also thought you hated Chevy Chase.
Oh, I do. I hate Chevy Chase. But
so
this
half
video,
of the video you hate.
Yeah.
Well, I hate him as a person, but I felt that he was pretty good as a character on this video.
Steve, this was back in the day when nobody hated Chevy Chase, at least, en masse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we started learning more and more about Chevy, and then people started not liking him.
It's the only Paul Simon song I know.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I don't know anything else about him. I know that I've always liked that
He's
video.
had quite a career, but okay.
Oh, yeah. He's done things.
He has.
So much of the song's about having a mental breakdown from a midlife crisis, but the video doesn't make you feel that way.
Oh, exactly. It's a happy song. He is it's having a whole like mental breakdown, midlife crisis thing, and it basically spawns because somebody called him the wrong name at a party. Like, I've done research on this whole thing. Like, it's a fun little story.
So Paul got pissed off because they didn't know who he was?
Not even that. It was just, he didn't lose his mind. No, it was just the interaction was just that somebody called him Al. So he's like, all right, yeah, you can call me Al. And then it came into, and then he made the lyrics and everything later on when it came down to that whole midlife crisis.
That does happen to a lot of us as we get older. And if you're a somebody and you're no longer a somebody, because that happens. There's people who do not know who Paul Simon is. And, there was a time in our history where Paul Simon was huge.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Part of Simon and Garfunkel. And, pretty much Paul Simon's the half of the songwriting duo that did the original Sound of Silence that, Disturbed discovered.
Forever thanked him for that.
Yeah. But there would be, there'd be a time Paul Simon's at a party, some young person. You know what? Do not get us in trouble, Steve. You understand me?
Paul Simon's going to come and get us on that.
I can't control how you guys react to my heartfelt statements.
Yeah. Do not get us in trouble, Stephen. Wow. Stephen Miggs. Do not do it.
You can call me Al.
I call you Al? Yeah. I mean, I've seen it happen with people in the radio business when people come up to them and go, my father or my grandfather loves your show. Like a young person will come up to a radio person and go, my father or grandfather loves your show. And it's like you can see their face go, wow, it used to be people your age would come up and tell me that you love the show. Oh.
So Aaron and Ever says, you shut your hole, Steve. You can call me Al as an American treasure. Next text. I love you as a heel, Steve, but you've gone too far. You can call me Al dominates White and Nerdy.
Thank you.
Boy, I'm sorry, Donnie. I mean, the video, listen, the song, okay. The song is still fun, though. But Donny Osmond just rocks it in that White and Nerdy video. And I'm glad he shared he shared it on his, his Facebook page saying, hey, it's been X amount of years since I did this with Al. And, hey, that's kind of funny because we can call Al because he is Weird Al. And Al comes around.
If I'm in my car and there's for some reason my Apple Music can only play 2 songs, I will just listen to White and Nerdy on repeat as opposed to even listening to You Can Call Me Al.
Rev's done with you. He's not even going to talk.
So mad at you.
He's so mad right now.
And I'm looking at the video, and the video instantly is better.
What?
Yeah,
Weird Al has a grill on.
He does. It's
Weird Al songs are terrible.
And Donny Osmond is just doing like a show tunes number behind him, and it's fantastic.
It looks like he's trying to do the Carlton, and it's so bad.
Wait, Rev, you said Weird Al songs are terrible?
Yeah, every one of Weird Al songs are horrifyingly bad.
I feel like that Weird Al is I felt like would be of all things in your wheelhouse. You're like Clownvis.
Yeah, I do. I love Clownvis, and I love Clownvis songs, but Weird Al, his stuff is just...
Really?
Oh, yeah. I cannot stand it. I don't like parody songs for the most part.
Oh, then what about our buddy Bob Rivers? You know what? You are besmirching many good names.
Rev hates Bob Rivers.
Wow.
I didn't say that.
He even hates his honey.
I said I hate Weird Al.
You hate Twisted Tunes? What's wrong with you?
And his maple syrup.
Wow.
I'm very confused. You don't like parody songs, but you're going to go see Mac Sabbath, which is all a parody, like a McDonald's Black Sabbath parody band.
Oh, that's totally different.
It's parody.
Yeah, he's a living contradiction. Vicky, don't try. He is hypocrisy
They
personified.
get dressed up. It looks cool.
So does Weird Al.
Weird Al's all
And he
dressed
just
up.
has this dumb curly hair and an accordion.
Wow.
Wow, just
Interesting.
like that. That's been called. Okay, well, you know what? I don't know what to say anymore. I'm. Yeah.
Just when you think you know him. Like one texter says, hashtag cancel Rev.
Whoa! Finally, I can get on board with the internet. Finally. Hey, do you know the average person wastes $70,000 in their lifetime on something disappointing? What is it? Oh, I'll tell you. Yeah, you're right. It's the Rev. Very disappointing.
Rude.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Want to create a lifetime of memories this spring? Do you remember the joy of jumping as a child? If only there was a way your own kids could experience that same joy safely. Spring Free Trampoline has been engineered to eliminate 90% of product-related injuries. The Spring Free design boasts no springs and a flexible enclosure and proudly offers a 10-year warranty. That's peace of mind. Lock in your ultimate backyard safe space before summer arrives. Visit springfreetrampoline.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. All right, this is a sad survey, man, about us wasting our cash.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they found out the average person wastes over $70,000 in their lifetime on disappointing online purchases.
Oh, boy. I feel like I've been guilty of that quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
You get caught up in the whole, I can just order it online. I don't care, sight unseen. And then when it shows up, you're like, this is not what I hoped it was going to be.
Right.
Now, of course, we haven't been alive that long to really calculate, like, wait a minute, we haven't had online purchases for that long. But what they did is they took an average of $899 a year, because that's what we end up spending online. And then they multiplied that over 78.54 years, the average life expectancy. Boom! There's your $70,000.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit of a stretch, but it's still funny to think, like, on that level that you could be making dumb purchases.
Yeah, because, there are generations of kids now that they've known nothing but online purchasing in their entire lifetime. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to stop. I think people are going to continue to be buying stuff they don't really need.
And until we get a worldwide agreement on what sizes are right, I think we're always have this problem. Because I'll order something size large and then it shows up and I'm pretty sure that it was like a size small for a child. And I'm like, I was obsessed with Money Heist, like super obsessed with that show. I bought like a Money Heist shirt on Amazon.
Oh, yeah, I would.
Because, I need to let the world know I love this show. Yeah. And then it showed up. It took forever to show up and I realized, it took forever because it's coming from a different country and the sizing is different. So I got a size large like I usually do. And I put this thing on and it was skin tight. I was like, oh, yeah. Just give it away.
Yeah, large is, other countries, their larger people are actually probably mediums in our country.
Yeah, I think I needed a 4XL just to fit comfortably in that thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You're absolutely, we've gone out the door when it comes to knowing what sizing is. The most common types of unsatisfying buys are indeed clothing, Steve, so congratulations.
Yeah, I got to imagine a lot of people fall victim to that. Like you're just like, I think I got the sizing right. Or shoes. Shoes is a part of clothing.
You guys warned me not to buy a hat online. I did anyway, and the hat didn't fit, even though it was the same size as, I have a big head, and it was actually too big. The hat was too big.
You don't buy a fitted cap online ever, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because a 5 or a 7 3/8 hat could be, there's varying sizes to it. Like I remember talking to a lady at the Tacoma Rainiers thing, because the hat that usually fits me fitted didn't fit. And she's like, here, let me get a couple more of the exact same size. They vary because they're handmade.
You got to talk to the old catalog people. There are people that used to shop catalogs, and that's how they would buy all of their clothes, the Spiegel catalog. And really what they used to do is they would buy multiple sizes, and they would have no problem going back to the post office and delivering everything, because they knew they would get the size that would fit them.
Yeah.
But, of course, they have to return something because they got multiple. That's the way to do it if you're going to buy things like fitted caps. You just got to order a couple different things and know you're going to send stuff back.
There's a lot of times these days with clothes, if there's an option to ship it to the store, because it's usually free as opposed to shipping it to my house, I'll do that, but I'll order 2 of them, go to the store and try them both on and return the one that doesn't fit.
Ooh, look at you. Yeah. Smart shopper.
Yeah. Fancy. Very fancy.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
All right, so we got this survey, and what we found out is Danny's fancy. And we also found out that the average person wastes over $70,000 in their lifetime on disappointing online purchases. So based on this, we want you to finish this sentence. I can't believe I wasted money on blank. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Finish the sentence. Yeah, I can't believe I wasted money on blank. Your calls, your texts, we'll take them after Blind Melon on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Got the survey saying that we Americans, man, over the course of our lifetime, we will waste over $70,000 in disappointing online purchases. Based on this, we want you to finish this sentence. I can't believe I wasted money on blank. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
We're going to get a lot of these. I can't believe I wasted money on my marriage. LOL.
Oh, there we go. So that is a big one, though. You know, how many people go into marriage, Steve, and they just know, oh, man, I shouldn't be doing this. And that's a big ticket.
Yeah, and you're looking at all the stuff that you're spending on. Yeah. Yeah, if it doesn't work out. Joke. Yeah, if you look back on it and it didn't work out, you're like, that's a lot of money I could have.
And people know. One of them usually knows, but they're just afraid of backing out because everything's been done and planned and all that. But man, that's a lot of dough.
I can relate to this one. I can't believe I wasted money on video games that I played for a couple of days and then never again.
Oh, signed Steve Miggs.
Yeah, well, in all fairness, I didn't waste the money. It was my wife on my Christmas gifts. Because I think it was last year I finally said, you know what? I'm going to have to stop the tradition. I do not need the WWE wrestling game.
Yeah, as I look around my game room from time to time,
there's probably a lot of games that you haven't played yet, huh?
Yeah, we call it we call it the shelf of shame, where you see the one area of your shelf where you put all the games that you haven't played yet. Some of them still in the shrink wrap, and you're like, "This is bad. I have a problem."
Yeah, I call that my attic. Yeah. I just keep them out of sight. It's like, oh yeah, I don't have to worry about them because I don't ever see them.
But he never wants to give them. Like I said, dude, I'll buy them off you. Hand them over. Let them be played.
So they'll go to your drawer of shame there.
Well, you know what? I bet I'll play them more than you. I'll just do it to say I did it one time.
Quite possibly.
I can't give you a hard time because I dropped $50 in that Pearl Jam pre-release for the Funko Pops, and I'm not going to put them up in my house. I don't know if I'm going to put. I might just store them. It's just because I wanted them just so I could say I have them.
Yeah. That's that thing, man. And this instantaneous shopping that we can do, just the click of the button is a beating.
That PayPal button is up. Because when it doesn't have the PayPal button, I really have to debate if I want it or not because my wallet is typically upstairs. So I'll be on the couch and I'm like, do I really want this Kraken shirt?
Oh, so
PayPal
you're a smart
button.
Man.
Yes, I do.
So you haven't tied in your all of your cards to your Apple Wallet yet, have you? Because now they have just double click for Apple Pay. So if you don't have PayPal, they sometimes have that.
No, I have that as well. So that's a pain in the ass.
Okay, yeah,
because of that reason.
Oh yeah, they're all getting to us, Steve. They're going. We will not make you go anywhere to make this payment, sir.
It's mostly like the mom and pop type websites, they're not the big business ones because they don't have a PayPal or an Apple Pay option, and they make you work for it. So you have to type in the credit card info, and a lot of times I won't buy things because of that reason. But I think the dumbest purchase I recently made And man, every day I look at it and I'm like, I can't believe, and I never. So I needed a leaf blower, like one of those leaf blower suckers.
No, you weren't that guy. Were you that guy?
What do you mean that guy?
The leaf blower guy?
Well, yeah, I needed a more for the sucking option, not the blowing.
All right.
I needed more to suck than blow.
You should have called anybody on this show because we all suck. Hey
yo. So I'm like, I don't want to drop a ridiculous amount of money. Like some of these are a little expensive, but I also want one that's just like battery powered. I don't need it for much, just to kind of keep the backyard clean. Mostly like random leaves or whatever. So I was like, I'll go on Amazon. I'm like, oh, look at this one. It's like $80 or $75. It's electric. It'll do everything I need for it to do, right? So I order it, and dumbass Steve didn't bother like looking at the dimensions. This thing showed up. It's basically the size. It's like a children's leaf blower.
Nice, you got a dustbuster.
Woo! Like,
good job, buddy.
I looked at this thing and I'm like, if in order to use this, I'm going to sacrifice my back because I have to be hunched over just to be able to get at this, and it barely sucks.
Yeah, baby.
I mean, this thing sucks. How bad it sucks.
Yeah,
and it gets like clogged up. I tried it once. I'm like, well, at this point, I've tried it. I don't think I could return it, and now it's gone too far. Like now, it just sits outside. And I just look at this thing and I'm like, what a waste of money. This thing does no good. It barely blows. The whole thing, it's just like, I just basically took $75 and burned it. Yeah. And I'm so mad at myself because I'm like, if I would have just paid a couple extra dollars, I could have got a decent sized one. And here I am being Mr. Cheap Ass.
So I will say this though, you could send Tatum out if it's the right dimensions for her. Send her out. She thinks she's doing the big kids' work.
No, the problem is it makes such a loud noise it freaks her the F out.
Oh boy, time
the whole
for Coco Melon again.
Right. I mean, right now it's basically a glorified vacuum for my car.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh my God, that is so horrible.
And it doesn't even work as good as our vacuum.
I would have to give that away because to see the trophy of my own failure, and I've done that. I've seen things I've thought, this is making me miserable every time I see it. I just need to get rid of it even though I wasted money on it because it's a trophy of my own failure.
I walk outside, I look at it, and I'm just like, why did I do this? Why? Why am I so stupid?
Every time.
I'm looking at Vicky, and I already can see that Vicky is an impulse buyer. I can see what she's wearing today. She's an impulse buyer because because that show. I mean, you went and you totally bought that shirt because you love that show.
I may or may not have bought two of the same one.
Yeah, it's a podcast. I know the show. I know Dark History.
Yeah, it's a podcast I listen to, and I really like the chick. Right. And so I bought two of the same hoodie and maybe her sweatpants.
Exactly. I don't. I'm judging you because, I do the same thing for the stuff that I love.
It looks comfortable, at least.
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to the sizing thing. I can't trust sizes, so lately I've just been buying everything like 2 sizes too big, which honestly is really comfortable. I'm really digging it. So, but I look like I'm in pajamas all day. But
yeah, you do.
Or in a new metal band from like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Ooh, I just got to do my hair a little different. I'm digging this look. But honestly, the one that always pisses me off is I was really into like the colored contacts for a while, and I went to Comic-Con and I bought the big sclera ones, which is the one that covers your entire eyeball. Like
all black.
All black out. I was super excited. I'm like, I can do the regular contacts, no problem. I can do this. I could never get them in my eye, so I had a friend who used to be a costume theater person. She put them in for me. But they were so uncomfortable. It felt like there was dirt in them. I only wore them for 10 seconds. She took a picture, and I never wore them again. And they cost me $100.
Oh! Cheap.
Have you ever worn contacts before?
Yeah, regular contacts, they're fine.
Okay.
But these because they cover a lot more. I just could not get them in my eye. And then when we did, I think there was something in them, like dirt or something. It was so uncomfortable. Yeah. Kind of like Steve, I should have just burnt the $100 bill and just called it good.
Right. And someone just texted in about me buying a leaf blower that's way too small. They says it's all too common getting items that are too small. I got Amazoned again.
Yeah, you really have to pay attention. You got to read the reviews. Yeah, and I bought some cologne, and I just figured I scanned it. I scanned my old bottle and go, here's my old bottle. And it was a small bottle of cologne, and they sent me a giant bottle. I didn't know they even made cologne bottles this big. It's Steve, 10 years ago, I did this.
2 hands to spray it on you.
Yeah. I still have it. 10 years ago, I got this, and it's still there, and it's at least half full, if not even more. But when that came, I was like, come on Amazon. I mean, there are different sizes. I scanned the same. So you really have to pay attention. You do.
It's funny even that a person mentioned that because I've been quote unquote Amazon also with I ordered some grout cleaner for our house and I was like, oh, this is a great deal. And you look at the bottle and it looks like, man, they are creative with how they take pictures because the thing looked like it was like the size of like a laundry detergent bottle. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have I'm gonna be able to use this forever. Like I can even loan it to my friends, all of them, and they could all use it forever. This thing showed up. It was about the size of like an airport bottle of vodka. Like one of those airplane bottles. Like I'm like, what the hell? Like I got a shot of grout cleaner. I'm like, but the packaging looks like it's like a little. It almost looks like it got zapped and got shrunk.
Whoever would need just a shot of grout cleaner?
Well, this guy
trial size.
Yeah. It basically is like a travel size because when you go and hit the towns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Oh yeah. Of course.
Have that
hit the towns.
And did you spend like the appropriate amount for a big one? So did you spend like a crap ton of money on this little guy?
No, I thought I got a really good deal on a big.
That's the thing.
Deals are never deals.
Look at the face of
I
the
got
guy.
Amazon.
Yeah, look at the face that thought he gamed the system. The system gamed him.
Someone said I once wasted money on a custom T-shirt that says, "quote I waste my money."
Hey. Okay, well,
is that really a money waste at that point?
That's Inception right there. I really think that's some good stuff right there.
And someone said I spent approximately $125 on the board game for Little Trouble in Big China. I've had the game for well over 4 years, and I still haven't played it.
Oh, I wonder if it's a good game. I'll have to go check it out and see. I mean, I like the movie.
For $126, you can have it.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Thanks.
Well, I mean, I got to give this guy at least $1.
Oh, I got to give him something?
Oh, yeah. Give him a little bit more.
All right. We'll give him $1.69, and that will make it nice. Dentist. How about this, Steve? Here's a good deal for you. A dentist is offering free cleanings if you can beat him at a video game. That's pretty cool. I'll tell you all about this at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I have lots of tickets that I haven't paid. Can those be discharged through a bankruptcy?
Yes, there are some limits on what we can do with tickets. Tickets cannot be discharged in a full bankruptcy. In a Chapter 7 case, that won't help you get your license back. But in Chapter 13 reorganization, tickets are dischargeable. Most types of tickets are dischargeable. So you would have to pay back some of the tickets in a Chapter 13 case, but the vast majority of them could be discharged if you complete the plan. And again, you would get your license back right away when you filed the Chapter 13 case, as long as the only reason you don't have your license is because of failure to pay your tickets. But the Chapter 13 process will help you get your license back and repay a small portion of your tickets in most cases and get your license reinstated almost immediately.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.